my background and know why I do this. I've been a career consultant for over 30 years, started at the Boeing company for 9 years, where I was an employee training specialist, and I help people who were given a 60-day notice to figure out what to do with their lives. So again, I was there for 9 years with all the different layoffs that the Boeing company did, and then I got laid off. So I've also been a career consultant to a global relocation firm, working with Amazon spouses for 5 years, helping them as they relocated around the country. And I've worked for 4 universities as a career consultant. So I love this work. Even though I retired 3 years ago, I came back because I love this work. So I'm hoping today, by my experience, not only as a consultant, but I'm also going to share the different types of jobs I've applied for. That means that I've had to do a job search, apply for the position, and interview. So that's why I want you to know my background, to know that this isn't just coming from working as a career consultant. This is also coming from changing careers and actually moving to different cities. So I also, through graduate school, worked at United Way. I coordinated the volunteer referral for King County, which is the largest county in Washington State. I did that for 3 years. So I've been a volunteer all my life also. I also spent probably 16 years in either in banking and or retail management. So I come from a lot of customer service experience. I've also worked for an airline, and I was an elementary teacher to begin my life. So I left elementary teaching to go into banking. So that was a huge leap. So my volunteer experience, just so you know what that is and what I've come from. So 2 years ago, because I actually applied for this job with GetSetUp a year and a half ago. So that means in the last year and a half, I applied for, interviewed for, and got a job. I also 2 years ago applied for 2 volunteer positions. So again, all the positions I've applied for have been online. All the interviews for this job and also the 2 volunteer positions were through Zoom. I also do an interview class. So the Dress for Success and the board of directors for a jazz orchestra were great experiences. I was interviewed by board members, again, through Zoom. I've also been a board member for my professional association for years, also my condo board. So I've been a volunteer for my church in a variety of capacities. I've taught English as a second language, and I've worked in a food bank, actually sorting food. So again, I want to show you the array of things, just so if you have questions about any of these types of things or any types of jobs, that's what I'm here to talk to you about, because I've done it. So what are the benefits of working online or remotely? And I speak from personal experience, both in a volunteer position, but also in a position. I work very part-time for GetSetUp. I teach about 4 to 5 hours a week. So it's very part-time. So the key is, what is your schedule? How flexible are you? What are the hours and days of a week that you're really available? And that's what's great about GetSetUp, because it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We let GetSetUp know what our availability is. So that's really key as you're looking for any type of position, knowing your hours of availability as you start going through a job description, a position description. When do they need you? What days of the week? And how flexible are your hours? That's really key in that search. What is it you really want to do? If you're looking for a position, do you want to continue doing the same type of work that you've done before? Or do you want to do something totally different? As a volunteer, sometimes that's why people go into volunteering, because they want to do something that may be opposite of what they have done before. The jazz orchestra, I'm not a musician. I play 3 instruments, but I'm not a musician. But I just love jazz. And I went to this jazz orchestra concert. I loved their music. I was so impressed with who they are that I volunteered, because I wanted to be a part of whatever it takes to keep that music coming. So that's how I found that position. So for example, we have 5 sports teams here. We have all kinds of arts organizations. So in thinking about whether it's a volunteer position or a job, what is really calling to what type of work or what type of organization you want to be a part of. The Dress for Success is because it's a nonprofit that provides clothing and career coaching to low-income women, or sometimes women who are homeless. So it helps them be able to be dressed for an interview, but also provide assistance with resumes and interview prep. You may do more than one opportunity, which I'm demonstrating, having 2 volunteer positions, which are very part-time, and this part-time position, so that maybe you don't feel, if you have the opportunity to do several different things, you can look at different opportunities. And what I'm going to show you in a few minutes is where to look for volunteer positions. And again, you'll get those links, and then where to look for jobs. So the other thing, do you want to work independently? So this position primarily is independent, as I'm in my home. I create my curriculum. I definitely work as part of a team in someone goes through my curriculum, working with the guide team of GetSetUp at least once a month, and then also the full staff around the world. What I found after not working for 3 years, that I really miss being part of a team. I'm very much an extrovert, so I'm glad to now be part of an organization, even though my work is independent, fortunately with the help of a TA every day. And fortunately today we have Mary. Do you want to be a part of a small or a large organization? So I've done both. GetSetUp is the smallest organization and also the first startup I've been with. Most of the employers I've worked with are large global companies. So it's very interesting to be a part of a brand new company and watch it develop, since I've been here for a year and a half. And there's been so much growth in that year and a half. So also, what industry and what work environment do you have? So I've mentioned all the different types of industries that I've worked in: nonprofits, colleges, which meant government. Also, what type of work environment do you want to be a part of? Hopefully, my experience is I enjoy being a part of a very diverse work group. The fact that GetSetUp is really designed to have seniors teaching seniors, but I can tell you our staff is very diverse in all different ages. So that's really important as you look at positions. And the key thing is, who is this employer? Who are they, and what is the makeup of their organization? So age is probably one of the main questions I've been asked a lot, and this is my answer to that. The positions should match your experience, education, and your personality. I'm not competing with younger people. GetSetUp hired me when I was 70. I'm now 72. I feel very proud to be where I am at this age and what I've accomplished in my lifetime. So in no way am I understating who I am or what I'm doing. And so my recommendation, the key is that you find a corporation or an employer or a volunteer organization that wants you for exactly who you are. If you feel you're competing with younger people, that would be kind of unusual, because hopefully, again, the match is who you are right now in your life. If you feel discriminated in any way, by age, by race, ethnicity, then you've really got the wrong company. I would not want to go into a company where I didn't feel I was appreciated for exactly who I am.